So after I did the "What if John Cena became president" video, um, I started to like wonder about other WWE superstars that had like strong personalities, and who has a stronger personality than this guy, Mark Henry, um, as the world's strongest man. I started like just kind of map out the story in my head of where, like, if he was to like run for president, like how it could possibly go down. So I know a lot of his gimmick was kind of based around like his strength as a person, like his real life accolade of being the world's strongest man. So if he was to run, I think he would kind of base his campaign around um, strength in some capacity. Like if you were to have like a motto or a slogan, maybe something along the lines of strength in unity, you know, trying to basically rally all the sides of the political spectrum that may not be as enamored with Donald Trump as, you know, they just want maybe all the people that just typically want another option besides Donald Trump, rally them, and the people who are looking for a better option than Joe Biden because of him not being as coherent a lot of the times as you want your leader to be. A guy like Mark Henry is, how would I put this? He is one of those guys that tells you as it is. He's very clear with his words. He doesn't mince words. His charisma is different. Like, or like the sternness that you would expect a father to have, but he has that, like, to the 10th degree. So it's a bit it's like sternness, but it's a overbearing sternness. Like, how you can imagine how tough he'd be on like crime and issues that he's passionate about. He'd make sure that any issue that he puts up on his ticket, that he says that he's gonna be something that he's gonna make sure happens. That come hell or high water, he's gonna make sure that whoever needs to be um, put in a certain position to make sure that things happen, he'll make sure that whatever needs to be done, or whatever needs to be said, or whatever needs to be signed, he will make sure that it's done because he is that kind of person. Anything he says, that's what he's gonna do, pretty much. And you know how a lot of let's say inexperienced politicians would like try to stay away from highlighting that they are inexperienced in certain things. He would actually find a way to use it as strength. So instead of like um, hiding behind, let's say, that he isn't experienced in certain things, he would probably be more like bullish and making sure that people are aware of his shortcomings. He would make sure that those are highlighted, and then he would outline steps of how he would approach to, uh, if not completely mitigate, but at least make some steps to, while he's in office, completely iron out those issues, but making sure that it's understood that why he is stepping into this position and vying for leadership is because it is needed. A strong leadership figure is needed in the Democratic Party, and he is the guy to do it, right? I'm just imagining his approach to like crime management, how tough he'd be on crime and like issues that affect minorities, and him uh, being in the wrestling scene for as long as he has been, and facing duress and people not always seeing him as someone that should get the opportunities that you know um, he may have been afforded, especially toward like the ones that he may have been given at the start of his career, when he wasn't like, you know, um, viewed as a wrestling guy originally. Like, I kind of see him like giving opportunities to um, like students who may not um, fit the traditional mold, pretty much like creating scholarships and stuff that give people that need opportunities to shine in ways that they may not have been thinking about. I kind of see him doing stuff like that, you know, stuff like the Olympics and stuff. He'd make sure that the US, even though I'm not from the US, and I'm just, you know, this is just, I guess, fantasy booking in a sense. But yeah, if he were to become the president of the United States, it would it would be crazy. um, because I can he would shake up the entire country pretty much. He would, you know, like how a lot of the stuff that happens, the political red tape that typically stops a lot of stuff from going through, like bureaucracy and, you know, people wanting to make stuff go a certain way because of political biases and all that. I can just imagine him pretty much blowing through all that. You know, maybe to the ire of you know, some outspoken politicians, but him being who he is, or his character that he portrays, if he were to take on the Hall of Pain, can you imagine a Hall of Pain president taking no prisoners, inducting different issues into the Hall of Pain? Yo, you know, if he was to run, like, can have me as the I call it now, the political strategist. We could iron out some details, but yeah, if he were to run, it would be an interesting time, and um, I say he'd really do, he would really push to make sure that anything that he campaigned around, like as I said, the strength in unity, um, making like his strength and the thing about him being the world's strongest man, um, parlaying that into something that the country really needs, especially with everything that has happened from 2020 till now. You need a really strong leader going into the next 5 years, um, like the rest of the decade, pretty much, because more things are gonna come, and just what last 2 weeks we've seen assassination attempt, we've seen Joe Biden step down, we've seen the fastest Category 5 hurricane, we've seen the cyber attack worldwide with what's that name of the software thing again? So if you were to run, I'd be interested to see if, you know, if they'll give him a chance to become the next second black president, and, you know, to see how he would maneuver himself, and it'd be interesting to see. But as I said, these videos are just more fantasy booking, so probably won't happen. But, you know, um, I said, from 2020 with the whole world lockdown thing, if that can happen and everything else that has gone down over the past few years, then I would say never, because you never know. If you can see Hulk Hogan on the other side of the aisle, being one of the speakers to Donald Trump, why not? So I guess we'll see, you know, if Mark Henry decides to become the Hall of Pain, Hall of Pain president. All right, I am done rambling.